Interesting. Dr. Art, believe it or not, we are live.
We're live. We've done it again.
It is Wednesday. We've made it through another week. Survived all sorts of chaos and turmoil and craziness. And here we be.
Beating the odds of technology on a weekly basis.
Yes. And look, we have people who've come to join us.
There's a lot of people that have been in here.
Yeah, why are there so many people? Dickie Farley's in here. Wayne Buzzle, Mexican Spec. What's happening, brother man? John Ritchie. I wonder if these are real people. KJ Kiley, what's happening?
Yeah.
John Richide, Nathan McCree. Yes. Welcome one and all. Joker, Patrick Sullivan, Sweaty Fat Guy, dual quad thumbnail. Yes, I have no idea what the thumbnail is.
It's you. You're leaned over the hood of a white GTX and/or Roadrunner that's got a big block and dual quads.
Oh, that's the car that's in the garage.
Okay. I thought the car in the garage was blue.
And, under hood, the whole everything under the car is white. So
okay.
The hood is all white, the chassis is all white.
What's that? Okay, it's that one then. Yeah. Okay.
It pops. You should see it. It looks like a cartoon thing going down the road. That was the old school ways, man. We used to paint everything white underneath. World of Woodchip, it's time to turn off the whaling documentary. Yeah, no. Although we got Fat Guy. This was his own version of a whale documentary. Let's see. Bill McKeiska, what's happening? Thunderstruck. Territory. Oh, they're all in here. Dakota, what's happening? Dakota 72Z28. Let's just spend the night just calling out people's names.
Just calling out names because they just keep piling up.
Yes, Mark Sauvé, Joker, yeah, 7226. Andrew Justice, Scoop, what's happening, Scoop?
And
Bobby Z. All right, I said that already.
Yeah, and two people are glad to see me. It's outstanding.
Who?
There was a couple.
Spike Motorsports. I could never forget you, Spike Motorsports. Rocco's in here, yes. Zero. Well, hell. The arrival of Zero. So, what's new? Will you be flipping pistons in a minivan? Of course, it's give it a chance.
Of course.
I only bought it so that I could rip it apart, flip the pistons, and
piss off all the Pentastar people. Yeah.
Timber Peak. Grew up going to Atco and Englishtown, New Jersey. Those are my two home tracks, man. I grew up 22 miles from Englishtown, 75 miles from Atco, and I spent, if you combine all of the cumulative time I spent at those tracks, probably I'm going to say a solid 2 years of my life was spent literally on one of those two facilities. If you put it all together,
yeah.
I spent a lot of time at the track, man. I lived there. Zero is in it's Chrysler Town and Country, otherwise known as DeFeo 1. Kathy Bananas loves it. She just confessed that she loves the minivan.
I know, she's like, I didn't like it, but then she's like, yeah. Well, yeah,
she said
nice inside. Yeah.
The other morning, I woke up. She woke up. I was already up and running, and she sends me a text. Where is it? She's crying. She hates it. She had a traumatic reaction to the minivan. She's okay with it now.
Mm-hmm. Did you test fit the crates and everything, so it's all good to go?
Yes, I have. There are two original crates in there, but we just bought two new ones that have entrances at the front and the back. But it's 2 months before we get them, so
right.
It is what it is. But you got to go in style, man. You got to go in style.
Yeah.
You can't pull up, you can't roll in a town and country and have just, unflattering, scumbag crates,
Right. We got to find you the set of the chrome wheels that came with those too.
Yeah, I didn't know they had chrome wheels. I know.
Oh yeah. It was an upgrade. You can be very schmancy in your town and country with your chrome wheels, and we'll get some fuzz for the dash. Make it complete.
It's a very convenient vehicle. I don't know why there was so much run up, like in the comments, and even you texted me like, "What do you do?"
I know, and I was dead wrong. So we talked about that already, but
the first video's got like 150 something thousand views, and then I just did the thing with the relay yesterday, and that's got like 30 something thousand views already. So the damn thing's treating me pretty well.
Oh, I was one click away from buying a $400 Caravan and painting it black and doing the whole I've stole their van and put it in the woods, and we're going to treat this to tannerite.
I'm digging it. I'm digging it. Stephen Bunky Bird says Tony makes a great soccer mom poser. I do. What's the difference between me and soccer mom? Except maybe I know sweater stuffing, but maybe too much facial hair. Other than that, I'm a soccer mom. Think about it.
Yeah.
Anders Lindberg. Tony and Dr. Art, I have two questions for you two. Have you ever worked on diesel engines? And was there any diesel engines pre-90s Chrysler Mopar cars? The answer for me is just the bare minimum and like diesel cars, because I was around turning wrenches when like they were building the GM diesels, and I used to swap the small block Chevys into those cars. I did a lot of that. I've never actually, I'm just not into diesels. They just don't do it for me. So I have very limited experience with them. Dr. Art?
I've touched too many diesels in my life. They still smell like that. I despise them. And then pre-90s Chryslers with diesels, there would be in cars. I mean, Jamie's got the only car, I think. Yeah, but they did put them in. They started to put them in pickups, but
there was plans for a diesel Slant 6. In fact, you can find all of the engine if you're really curious. Who would really be curious about that? But if you're really curious, you can find all of the engineering papers on that. Every drawing, every specification, all of the factories.
What a turd that thing would have been. A diesel 225 would have been like.
It would be a turd. It would definitely be a turd. But they had them running around in F bodies on the proving grounds, and they have all of the results of that, all the different tests they did on the car.
Oh, a diesel Aspen. That's just the pit of
diesel
depression. Yeah,
just what Santa Claus ordered. Made Muscle is 12 valve swapping a 75 W100 right now. What a masterpiece of simplicity. I agree with that. You can't argue with the simplicity of it.
Check this out. Let's run a diesel rant. This is a VHS tape.
Okay.
Of the man who engineered the inline pump for the Cummins diesel 5.9 engines. How he engineered it and how to modify it. And this is old school. I'm going to get it converted to digital and put it up on YouTube. But yeah.
Where did you get that from?
From her dad, who worked at Cummins for 30 years.
Okay. Oh, right. That's right.
Yeah. Oh, and I got all kinds of old VHS tapes that are going to be just killer videos. I just got to get them converted.
Bobby has 4 main bearings, not 3. You're thinking of a flathead Ford with 3.
Mm-hmm.
Spec Motorsports, did anybody attend the Fuel Altered Chaos in Tucson? I certainly didn't. I've never been to Tucson.
You're not missing anything.
But you're
not missing anything. You're flying to Tucson and everyone's roof is painted white because it's so damn hot out there. So you just fly in, it looks like a bunch of little Q-tips in subdivisions, and it's very strange.
Michael Keel, when I think Uncle Tony Daily Driver, I still think Miss Landy Remember the happy little lifters? Yeah, she's still sitting. It's on the side of the shop. I will eventually put that thing back on the road, but I'm trying. What I'm trying to do now is I'm trying to balance out the fleet. I have a few that are going to have to go now. That's not going to go. It's going to stay. But I'll eventually. I just literally woke the charger from its slumber. It's been sitting there, and so I just threw a new battery in it, filled up with gas, drove to the car wash. So I'm going to start driving the Charger again. This is the minivan. And then I've got all of these XJs, and I have just a few that I want to keep and a couple that I want to get rid of. So I'm reworking I'm rebalancing the fleet.
Mm-hmm.
You always have to rebalance your fleet.
You got a super chat there.
We do have a super chat. Old cars and music. Thank you for the super chat. Can Rhodes lifters be used with a solid lifter cam? Huh. I don't think so. I think the clearance ramp on a solid lifter cam might play havoc with those lifters. I don't know. That's a good question. What do you think, Dr.
Well, like you said, depends on the ramp of the solid lifter cam.
I think you need to actually contact Rhodes for that. I know you paid for a super chat and you want a good answer, and I can't give you one.
What you got? Your $10 is stumped to two people without a without a good answer for you.
From my soul wants to give you the greatest answer that ever existed, but I can't. I would say contact Rhodes. Contact Rhodes. Anderson Slingberg. Wow, Diesel Sign 6. That's really cool. Thank you so much. I will do research on that. Good luck with the live stream. Greetings from Sweden. Oh, welcome. And goodbye. Coming and going from Sweden.
Well, yeah, and Anders Lindberg is probably related to my wife because she's a Lindberg. They come from, really? Lingonberry Mountain or something like that. Yeah, it's a whole thing. So yeah, she probably's ancestors the same side of the mountain as this gentleman.
World of Woodchips. So what about that guy who's always steering the conversation towards Sportsters? Can we block that guy? Why? I love Sportsters. I love to talk about them.
Yeah. He had 2 nice days to drive the bike this week for the last hurrah of the summer, I think.
I literally just got off my little 1200 hot run. Like I parked it, came in here, and grabbed orange juice, and here we are. Let's see. Yeah, Rocco, block the carb cheater guy instead. Quad Army, it's Broke Joker. Okay, Broke Joker with a new name. Quad Army, wait, what was that now? Shadow Ops Airman says Rhodes have several product lines. Zero is having weather out in California. That's always interesting.
That's odd. Weather for them must be like.
We're having California and Florida weather here right now. It's that soft air that
the mid-70s soft air. Yeah, the very unobtrusive, non-humid. Yes.
Yeah, it's hard to explain. It's hard to explain, but it's like it's California air and it's wintertime Florida air, where it's just soft, very nice out there.
And Mexican Spec wants to know now how many Town and Country minivans are going to be in the fleet.
Just the one. Just the one. We definitely don't need.
You don't need one for spares or anything like that, or.
No. The pull parts is loaded with them.
Yeah, that's true.
World of Woodchips says Sportsters. I definitely don't have 2 of those in my living room. Which is one of the great things about motorcycles. Like car guys, people who only car guys miss out on that. Because it's a car is a space burden, no matter how you look at it. Even if you got tons of space, they're awkward, to deal with. Where motorcycles, you're not using it, you just roll it off to the side, or if you got a really pretty one, yeah, you can park it in your living room, and yeah, I mean, it's one of the great things about doing motorcycles.
Yeah, you could stack like a good 30 of them in a 2-car garage, easy.
I had 28 of them in my house when I lived in New York. It was a 2-story house, okay, and upstairs was all like normal house with bedrooms and kitchen and living room and all the other stuff. And then downstairs was the garage, and then I converted it into like the ultimate man cave. The whole thing was just motorcycles and dogs. Everything downstairs was just motorcycles and dogs. It was pretty cool. Let's see. Do you see anything?
No. Yeah.
Yeah, a car is a cage after you ride a bike. I love both. I love both. Some days I'm in a motorcycle mood, some days I'm in a car mood, but I love them both.
There was one back at 7:17 p.m. from Viva La Cruz. You got to scroll up.
7:17.
Viva La Cruz.
I got it?
Yeah, there you go.
Can you tell me, is there any performance difference between aluminum carb spaces versus phenolic? I've heard aluminum spaces may impact the carb due to heat transfer. It would be minimal. So you got to understand, right? All right. From a performance standpoint, underneath the carburetor is the coldest area of the entire engine. Because you've got all of that freshly atomized fuel. The temperature drop on the fuel is crazy. So the area directly underneath the carburetor, when you're on it, is the coldest part of the whole engine. As far as heat transfer to the body of the carburetor, I really don't think there would be much of a difference. If you're dealing with a heat soak issue, then I would definitely go with phenolic resin. But that's a different situation than performance.
I've seen guys like Andy Wood. He uses wood ones, multi-layer wood, to keep the heat out of a tunnel ram. And it's like the tunnel ram's never going to get hot.
Never.
But
you make a run with with Sledgehammer, right? You have to let it warm up forever to get heat into the intake manifold. So you do your burnout, and then you wait and you wait and you wait. You take your time because the temperature has to radiate back up into it. If you put your hand on it after a run, the intake manifold is like ice cold. Let's see. What is that? What's that sound?
What sound are you hearing? Like what?
Like a scraping sound.
No, there's no one underneath the floors in my house. Okay.
Jimmy Loose, why do some carb intake manifolds have the base twisted? I've never seen anyone use one. Does that make the linkage a nightmare? That was a thing on for big block Chevys, and it was to try to match the port spacing on those things. They may have made it for different engines, but the only one that I've ever seen, what they call it, was not a tarantula. It had a oh God, why can't I think of the name of an intake manifold? But that was a big block Chevy thing.
Yeah, it was a part of a torquer, wasn't it, or something like that?
No, not a torquer. Was it a tarantula?
It's one of them.
Keep them going for a second.
Keep them going, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thunderstorm warning. Uh-oh.
Yeah, Melvin. Yeah, it's coming. Melvin Munson. I have a book named Cars of the Fabulous 50s. The Electrojector Plymouth, aka Chrysler, was used in there. I watched that video of yours earlier You're a Morpar genius, sir. Hammer down and win.
Wait, where is this now?
721. There you go.
Oh, okay. I watch. Oh, well, thank you, Melvin. I appreciate that. I haven't. Well, hang on. Okay, keep going, Doctor Art.
Okay. Quad Army. Not to start anything though. I doubt it. I will, but I watch your Jeep videos a lot at the drag strip, and it seems Doc launches harder and quick when the light turns green. Do you have any different strategy, Tony?
What did he say?
He said I launch harder at the green than you do. 722 Quad Army.
I can't find it.
It's 300 less. Yeah.
Not to start anything. I doubt I will. I watch your Jeep videos a lot at the direct strip, and it seems Dr. Art launches harder and quicker when the light turns green. Do you have a different strategy, Tony? Yeah, I wonder who goes like 0.3 quicker every time. Who? I can't remember now, Dr. Art. Who goes?
I can't remember.
Friggin' time.
Well, because I'm more brutal on it because it's not mine. And he gets in and he goes, "Kill it!" So I get in there and hammer it. So that's all. There's no grace to it. You just hammer, sidestep it, and go.
Okay, this is the intake manifold that he's talking about.
Yeah,
that's the tarantula.
It is a tarantula? Okay.
Yeah. But that doesn't look like a Chevy.
That looks like a small block. They had those for small block Fords also. For some reason, I remember that. I could be wrong.
No. I've never used one. That's probably why I'm not familiar with them. I've seen them, but I've never actually used one. Buddy Carfano, do you gain any horsepower by using a higher octane gasoline? No, you do not. Actually, you kind of lose power. Octane rating is resistance to detonation. So it's not the fuel itself that gives you any power. It's the ability to run more ignition timing and more compression with the higher octane gas. That's where the power would come from. But let's just say you've got a regular fuel engine. So in other words, like something that's like 8.5 to 1 compression, that type of thing, right? That runs on 87 octane gas, and you put 93 in there. You definitely will not see any performance improvement at all. You've done nothing. You may actually see when you get into super high octane fuel, you may actually see a loss because the fuel lights off it lights off slower. It burns just as quick, so you don't get any duration of burn, but it lights slower. So. Let's see. Quad Army, I was wondering that or if Tony was trying to see if he takes off at a different RPM for better time without the wheel spin and so on. Well, yeah, the whole idea is it's a very limited traction thing. So the whole idea is to just ease up the clutch enough to get the weight to start moving back, so to get the weight to start transferring. Because if you come off the clutch too aggressively, it shocks the tires before it gets a chance. Like the rear end is trying to drive under the vehicle. Think of it that way, right? So if you give it a chance to start driving under the vehicle, it starts transferring the weight back, and then you can get more aggressive on the clutch. You can let the clutch out quicker, and it'll go out. It'll run. But if you come off the clutch too aggressively, you don't get that weight transfer initiated. So you just shock the tires and they spin. So that's what if you see me launch that thing, I launch it right off of idle, like that, to get that weight transfer to start working before the car starts moving forward.
Right, and I just floor it and let the clutch go.
Yeah. If you really want to take, there's a whole thing about weight distribution, because you've got static weight distribution, dynamic weight distribution, and then you've got fluid weight distribution, and the polar moment of inertia. And there's a lot of things that are happening in that instant that a vehicle initiates. There's a lot to it, and I can't, my head can't go there right now.
It's too much.
Power choice. How can I test a rear end before I put it on my car? Or for a cheese. If it accepts, it's a good rear. If it rejects the cheese, it's probably not going to work. Josh Holman, welcome. Fubar in the house. Zero is greeting Fubar, so I assume.
So he's in there somewhere. Yeah.
Let's see. Jay Weiss, Tony, have windshield wipers for his glasses. They look super clear. I was going to have them tinted. There's a tinting shop down the road over here. I was probably going to drop these off and have them tinted. Let's see. Mozzarella for the cheese for the Mopar. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Although they do appreciate provolone in certain circumstances. Let's see. Or have Kathy Bananas lunge into the back seat. Well, you must have been around since we started. We were talking about that stuff a long time ago. I used to use Kathy as a form of ballast. With slower cars, not crazy fast or anything like that, but just slower cars, and I would have her when I would say go. Okay, her job was she would sit high in the middle of the back of the car, right? And when I would say go, she would throw her body weight shoulder first into the right corner of the back seat. So I would say go. So now in New York, right, when we were street racing back then, right, everything was a 3 count. Different areas work off different methods.
Right.
It was a 3 count. So the starter would go 1, 2, 3, go, right? So I would study the cadence of the starter because I always did the same thing every time. So when the starter would get just between like 2 and 3, I would say go. She would go as soon as I felt her weight shift to the car, I'd hit the gas. And it helped. Believe me, it helped. There were many times that we actually, plus there's the extra, she was about 95 pounds at the time. So it was that's extra 95 pounds in the right place on the car. Like kind of like having 2 big batteries in the back there. Kathy Banana Ballast. That's right, Dean Stevenson. Hey, Kathy would tell Tony what to shift. Shift, damn it! Thunderbird 1968. Might I be crazy for really enjoying porting work, hours on end? What do you think?
If you really need to just tune the world out, and you just put on your little, your earmuffs and you get your Dremel out and you just do and forget the world, I could see the point. I've done that before. If you could be out there long enough, people leave you the hell alone and don't wonder what you're doing and want to come in every 20 minutes, and then there's a dog, and then my feet hurt, the whole, whatever. But if you can get out, and then you could be enjoyable, and you're like, oh, I wasted 8 hours, but it was a very zen 8 hours.
Yep, I'm just same thing with me. If I have nothing else going on, if I could just clear the time, and it's like, yeah, once you get started, the zen thing happens. The cat. Old guys rule, while the young pull electronics and other gadgets to make the formula work, perhaps, but not my way. I don't know what to say about that.
He's a cat man, so.
Oh, he is a cat.
Yeah, it's a typing cat. That's it's pretty good.
Let's see. World of Woodchip wants to know if he wishes he can figure out how to ride a motorcycle and use a chainsaw at the same time. Shouldn't be too difficult.
No, that's how you do the brush on the side of the freeway. You just or this way. I don't know.
I mean, you could put a pedal clutch on a bike. You know what I mean? That would leave your left hand free. How is the nitro? Oh, how is the nitro build going?
We are waiting on parts.
Currently in just parked at the moment. It'll be a week or two before we have any parts that we can work with. Like we've done everything that we can do with what's there for the most part. So. Right. 007 Pixie Card. How many Soup Slant 6s have you finished? I finished a few of them. They all sucked. I was grossly disappointed in each of them. One more so than the other. The only one I built that really worked out well is before I did the channel. I did a supercharged one. I used a Torque Storm. It was the one that I put together. They used as the prototype for the kit that they sell, and
okay,
that worked out okay. That was good. And then I was like, yeah, but I want normally aspirated. I don't want to spray it. I don't want to blow it. I just want to make as much power as I can, normally aspirated. And it sucks. It just sucks. The juice is not worth the squeeze. I mean, I was all enthusiastic about it. I was all like, go, go, go. And I was like, no, honestly, trying to make a Sun 6 go fast is like running a competition eliminator car or something like that, where it's just like there's so much that has to go into it for so little reward. And I just lost interest. You're allowed to do that in life, You're allowed to
just give up.
Think about something, explore it, and then
And it's okay. This is put this aside. I understand. I put I got a white car in my garage that I put aside for 6 or 7 years. So.
Ride 2 on the motorcycle. You're talking about the guy that wants to ride the chainsaw, works chainsaw and ride the motorcycle.
Mm-hmm.
Chick on the back. Let her operate the friggin' chainsaw.
Right.
She can operate the chainsaw with 2 hands, and you can ride with 2 hands. And now you've got effective teamwork.
Just don't make her mad before you get on the bike.
Well, you got to be careful. You don't want her just swinging it around, because that could be trouble.
Right. You should have some kind of guard between you and the passenger.
Yeah, you guys got to work on that. The coordination is everything. Crate Auto Guy. Kraut Auto. Crotto.
CR Auto Guy, yeah.
No, CR Auto Guy. I swear to God. I think I have a brain cloud in there. I have 2 old school small block Chevy Torker intake manifolds. It's just a tiny single plane. I've run one on a 327 and it was really good. Maybe it's specific. Is Torker 2 small block Chevy is terrible. Oh wait, maybe it's specific. LS Torker 2. Geez,
is Torker 2 small block Chevy is terrible. He likes the Torker. The Torker 2 sucks.
Like the original Torker. They work right on small block Mopars. I have one.
I got one in the garage. If someone needs one, it's just all refurbished, $200. Let me know.
Yeah, I have one on my 73 Roadrunner out here.
Mm-hmm.
And it's excellent intake manifold. I've never had the Torker, the Torker 2 though. Billy 2796. Do either of you guys have any insight or recollections of the Chaparral? 2D or 2J. You mean the race car?
Billy, explain more. Is it? I mean,
yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. I am Quad Army. It's a turbo question. That's all about you, Dr. Art.
Yep.
How do turbo A motor? I see people turbo 3.9 V6 Dakotas or supercharge them, and they never explain how it works. How do you retard it and have the right fuel going in? And so, okay, so he wants to know how to tune for boost.
Yeah, there's two ways on the 3.9s, because you could do it through like a blow through like a carb. Then you have a boost reference that brings fuel pressure up to equal the amount of boost, so you can carburate it, and you have some kind of delay box that's also boost referenced. Or you can, if it's fuel injected, you can just, and it's 96 or newer, you can go in and alter the timing in the fuel maps to match what you're experiencing. So it's easy. Anybody can do it.
Okay. Dustin Mason. There's an antique classic car junkyard going out of business right outside of Shelbyville, TN. Whatever don't sell is getting crushed at the first of the year. Do you know about this, Dr. Art?
Nope.
Dustin, what's the name of the place?
Yeah.
The only antique-ish junkyard that I know of, and I haven't been there in years, is the one down in Fayetteville. Can't think of the guy's name. Miserable bastard. Miserable.
Yeah, they all are. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you'd think we would know about it if it's right in Shelbyville. That's like down the road.
Yeah, Dustin, if you had the name of it, hit me with it. We'll take a ride down there.
Yeah.
And we're literally, I'm 25 miles from Shelbyville. Buddy Carfano, would you consider Plan Z a failure? Yes, and it never, and it always fought, right? Now, I know that it would probably have gone much faster than it had if I had devoted more time to it. And that's really what it needed. It needed time, it needed attention. But for me, it was just too frustrating, and I just didn't look forward to taking it out. And again, it's very difficult for me to get. There's a lot of stars that have to align for me to get to the track. So it just, the juice wasn't worth the squeeze. I'd rather spend this time and energy on something else. So yes, it was a failure, and it never met expectations. But no, it wasn't a failure because I learned a lot about it. It kept me occupied for a while. It was interesting for a while, so it wasn't a failure in that respect. But let's call it a failure.
Did Shane ever do anything with that car, or he just?
Shane, I have no idea.
Oh, okay.
I have no idea. Okay, here it is. Dustin, Sanders Auto Salvage, 408 Smith Road, Bell Buckle. That's even closer to Shelbyville. Bell Buckle is like 2 miles.
Yeah, 408 Smith Road, Bell Buckle.
See if
all right.
Are we thinking right by there? World of Wood Chip. Failed projects are okay. I agree. Projects that turn out perfectly are depressing. I don't know if depressing, but they're like anticlimactic, most of them. Like, what am I supposed to do now? Exactly. I think the only time it's really beneficial to completely finish a project. So in other words, like cross all the T's and dot all the I's and leave nothing left, right? Is if you're going to sell it. If you're going to sell it, yes, you need to get all of those things done. But if you're going to keep it, that next phase is the carrot on the stick that keeps you moving forward. So, yeah,
I'm going to put up. See if I can put up something here. Click on that. Go to the bottom of your screen and click on that. The thing next to my head.
Go to. Oh, okay. Interesting.
That's that junkyard.
Oh, geez, look at that.
I'll see if I can zoom in on it, make it a little bit
I
bigger.
never knew it was there.
I mean, neither. I mean, it looks like it's massive too.
It does. Wow, there are a lot of cars there.
Yeah. Huh.
Dude, there's a couple thousand cars there.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Let's take a ride by there tomorrow.
I can't tomorrow, but maybe Friday or Saturday.
Okay.
But yeah.
Interesting.
Last place I need to go. Let's go to a junkyard. Let's buy more shit.
No, but I mean, we could make people aware of what's there. I have absolutely no interest in any more projects. I don't care if they're free. I don't care if you. I think we need to take them. I don't want them. Right?
Just put a couple of exchanges out on the curb and.
Yeah, I'm good. But maybe there's interesting stuff that other people might. So yeah, I'd go down there and do a video in a heartbeat, definitely.
Yeah, go down there. I gotta do work stuff, but yeah, go down there and do a video.
Shift and Fix Garage. What's happening in Shift and Fix? Shift and Fix, yes.
Yeah.
Bang! Boom!
That 5 times fast, yeah.
Boom! Oh shit! Yeah, I know. I lived that, bro. Hey, UTG, do you have any tips for setting up a simple wet nitrous system? I bought a Trans Am last year that had a secret nitrous system. I want to rebuild the system. Yeah, I mean, honestly, follow manufacturer's advice. If you know what kit it's based on, I mean, I don't know what you have. Do you have solenoids? Do you have a plate? I don't know what you've got. You need to have all compatible components.
Don't deviate from the chart because you'll blow shit up.
Don't deviate, exactly. Just whatever kit you have or the basis for the kit. So let's just say you have a base plate. That's what you're working with, right? Use the information of that for that. You can gain from that base plate to reconstruct the system that went around it, and contact the manufacturer. That's what they do. You know what I mean?
If the stuff's old, do a couple new solenoids and some fresh jets, and you should be good. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not tough. Yeah.
The Ralph junkyard can be more fun than swap meets. I agree.
Oh yeah.
Some people make a living just crawling through junkyards. YouTubers. I mean.
Steve Mignante. That's all he does.
Alcar. Hi, man. I'm an old car motorcycle mechanic from Southern Indiana. We got a lot in common. Great channel. Thank you. All of us, we all have this. Like we're cut from a similar piece of cloth. You know what I mean? It's how we ended up where we are. Dustin is saying there's another man in Unionville who's that's only about that's about same distance to me as Bell Buckle, who has a private collection he sells from. Ray Flippo.
I never heard of him.
I haven't either. Big Red Channel 20. Hey, UT, does the 70 Challenger stick shift car have an ignition interlock system? Yeah, you got to be able to put it in reverse. That was a crazy friggin' linkage that they put on those damn things. You've got to put it in reverse. And then there's a linkage that attaches to the reverse rod that goes to the bottom of the steering column.
And they're their own hell.
Please, yeah.
And the worst ones in those on the Chrysler are the ones they put in the Corvettes. Oh.
I'm not familiar with the ones they put in the Corvette.
Oh, it's just chaos. They were drunk when they did that one. It's like, oh, we need one for 70 because we had to put the key in the column. Now we got to interlock it. And then you have modern cars with a push button on the dash, no interlock, steering wheel doesn't lock. You just steal the car willy nilly, very easy. But it need to have ignition interlock back in the 70s.
Anthony Barber is saying you can make a living selling parts out of an old junkyard. You certainly can.
Yeah, you can.
Well, actually, a new junkyard. I mean, you go to any of these Polo parts, they're swimming with people that they know exactly the stuff they look for. It's always in demand. And they, as soon as they watch, as soon as something gets set out there, they lunge on it. And the computer goes, the radio goes.
Yeah, I don't have any junkyard parts up here in the office at all. You got a dozen computers, so.
J. Russell Finch. What characteristics are there when you limit or lock out a distributor? What characteristics? Instant throttle response?
Yeah, fun ensues.
Yeah. Fun ensues, right? Yeah. Stuff that wouldn't normally squeak a tire will just blaze the damn things when you lock out the distributor.
Right. They might fight you a little when they're hot starting, but other than that, they're fine.
But there's a trick to that, okay? People always, you're going to tear the nose off the starter, blah, 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 blah. That's because they don't know how to start an engine with locked out advance. There are two ways to do it that you're going to ensure that you're not going to kick back, right? The first is complicated as far as I'm concerned. I don't bother with stuff like this. But if you have a separate ignition switch, you pump the gas once or twice, you crank the motor, and then you kick on the ignition, and it'll start without kicking back. Okay, or you do what I've always done, and it's flood the motor. Okay, after it's hot, you let's say it's operating temperature and it's sitting for like 10 minutes, and I got even hotter. So now when you go to start this thing, it's going to rock like that, right? Pump the gas 4, 5, 6 times, then hold it halfway down, then crank it, and boom, right off. Well, they like right off like that. Never kick back or anything. I've driven cars for years with locked out distributors, just like that, and never had any problems. Try to flood the motor when you go to start it hot, and it'll light off every friggin' time. Do you agree with that, Doctor?
Yes.
Well,
yeah, because if you're gonna have a fun car, you might as well make it fun. Lock it out, because I've locked out. It usually locked out distributors. They do that for guys that were running the big roots blowers on top of their motors.
Right.
So they wouldn't overtime it. Basically, they'd lock it out, and we'd set it to, 25, 26, and they would just fire right off and just run right out of the holes. Great.
I've always considered ignition curves like an LGPQ thing.
If they're in the plus category.
Plus, right? Yeah, it's a rainbow sort of. You know what I mean? Rainbows, unicorns, and ignition curves, timing curves. Mm-hmm. Be a man, lock it out, or leave it alone.
Okay.
Thunderbird thought I quit smoking. I did.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I haven't had a cigarette in. Doctor, when was the last time you saw me smoke?
It's been so long I can't recall.
Yeah, seriously, I've blocked it out. I feel like, and I tell you, I feel like a brand new man. You know what I mean? I can skip. I couldn't do that before.
You can smell things you could never smell before.
I could smell. Yes, I could smell colors. Honestly, it's like I smell the sunrise. It's crazy. I know. That's what happens when you quit smoking. You sense all of these things you never had before. So yes, I feel good about that. I feel good about me. I just feel good.
Ball with bottom underneath the rear bumper with the bumper support removed.
Yes, Woody Fat Guy can still smell the blue he painted a car. Nice. Very
Yeah.
nice.
That's why you want to use like a Rust-Oleum, like an oil base, so it just bakes off in the garage for weeks. You get that nice, I just painted something aroma.
Tomorrow is the Great American Smokeout. I could smoke outside. If
Inside,
I
outside.
smoke, but since I quit, no, it's a disgusting habit, and I'm not going to encourage other people to do it. Period. End. No, booby. Would you like to come in? Come in, answer a couple of questions.
No.
Come on. Come on. Come on.
No questions for me to answer.
They love you. Does anybody want to ask Kathy questions?
No, there's no questions for me.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I thought you called me. I was in the backyard.
Oh, were you?
What?
What were you doing?
I let the dogs out and I was picking up frisbees.
Tell them. Come in and tell them about it.
No.
They can't even see you. Open the door a little more. You're like a mystery figure. There you go.
Everybody. All right.
That's it? You leave it?
She does her cameo, drops the mic, and leaves.
That's it.
Have a good day.
Have a good day, everybody.
Oh, they're all saying hi to you.
Yeah.
What?
They're all saying hi to you.
Hi, everybody.
Zero's saying hi. Mexican
Hi,
Spec
Zero.
saying hi.
Hi,
Thunderstruck
Mexican
is saying hi.
Who?
Thunderstruck.
Thunderstruck?
Joker is saying, hey, it's Ballast Kathy.
Yeah, that's
Zero and.
I was balanced.
Yes.
What?
72Z28. Yeah.
You tell them you stole my
Power
car.
Toys. Everyone says
I
hi.
stole your car.
Yeah, I went outside and it was gone. I heard you started up
What car were you talking about?
the Charger.
That's yours?
I built it.
You built the engine, yeah.
Well, yeah.
Okay. I didn't know it was yours.
Oh, okay. It's not mine.
So
It's ours. All right, have fun.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Well, so much for the Charger. You just lost that car.
Easy come, easy go.
Yeah.
Yesterday was Molly Jane's first birthday.
Wow.
Wait.
She get a cake?
I she had a meat cake.
Oh, nice.
I got wait, here.
A meat cake is nice on any birthday, actually.
Is there any occasion when it's not? I got to go to her Facebook to find this stuff.
Oh, okay.
Here, that's Molly Jane enjoying her meat cake.
Your eyes are like all bugged out of her head. She's like, "Oh, this is great." Is there any bacon in this cake? Yeah.
I'm sickening with this dog stuff. I got to tell you.
Mm.
There you go. And I bought her a minivan.
Bought my dog a minivan. Doo-da, doo-da.
There's clearly something wrong with me. Mexican Spec, the cake better be made of meat. Of course it's made of meat. Pork and
yeah.
Okay. I didn't not I was gonna get chopped beef, and then they had a combination of chopped beef and chopped pork, and I says, yes, variety. So yes, that was actually chopped beef and chopped pork.
Oh, then it made a wonderful lasagna. The dog didn't eat.
So yes, she is exactly 1 year old yesterday. And now I feel the need for another puppy.
Mm. Quad Army wants to see you build a 3.9. Well, we both build 318s, so just lop a few cylinders off those, and it's the same thing. Identical.
if I had something to put it in, I would consider it, but I don't. And it's such an oddball motor these days. It's like it's really obscure. It was never really popular. They never really built them in great numbers. Nobody ever messed with them. So it's hard to justify doing content on an engine like that. Like the Slate 6 it has always been a turd, but it's a lovable turd. People, you know what I mean? There's a difference. It's an engine that has character and history as opposed to the 3.9, which is just two cylinders cut off of a 318.
Yeah. Rocco, why would you put a 3.9 in an XJ? It's got a 4-liter. Well, just
Yeah.
you're going backwards.
Let's see. CR Auto Guy. Sorry, my spelling was terrible. I meant I run the original Torco little single plane. Everyone says it's terrible. I wonder if they ever confused with the second one. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
New comments. Let's see. Dean Stevens is saying, CR Auto Guy, it's all okay. You were surrounded by the best spellers.
Best spellers. Yeah.
What are you doing? Kathy's lurking out the window here. So it's a weird role I have here. Shift and Fix Garage, UTG. What about a video engine build series on the Fire Dome Hemis, assuming you can still even get parts for it? I've done a couple of videos on the DeSotos. Jamie from Dead Dodge Garage, I believe, has. Doesn't he have a DeSoto he's doing?
Yeah. And then we're doing a 352 or whatever the hell it is.
354. Well, we got the motor in the dragster, but that's a Chrysler. It's not a.
Yeah, it's bigger. Yeah.
But Jamie from Dead Dodge Garage has a Fire Dome, a DeSoto, that he's working on. I don't remember what year it is or anything like that. But in fact, I think he's got a couple of them. Jamie is often lurking in the background here.
He often is lurking. Yes.
He lurks. He's a lurker. He's trying to glean secrets. See what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then Dustin Mason, the guy I told you about the junkyard, he said, I just found out you were in Rutherford County. I'm from Rockville, currently in Shelbyville. Small world.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we're in Murfreesboro. You're both Dr. Art and I are in Murfreesboro. We're on like opposite sides of the city. I'm closer to Rockville. I'm over Cleveland Lane. Silver Train 7945 broke a corner of my C6 trans with the pan bolts up. Could it be welded up, or am I better off replacing the aluminum case?
Oh. Broke off a corner with the pan bolts up.
I don't know, man. That's a judgment call. I would have to see it.
That's going to be so. That aluminum is going to have so many contaminants in it at this point.
Yeah, you know why? I don't know. Judgment call. The only reason I would even consider fixing it would be that C6 cases don't like grow on trees anymore. You can't just trip over to the local wrecking yard and find them laying on the ground, because that's how it used to be, right? That's the only reason. That's the only reason.
Yeah, they're all 4L60s laying on the ground now because people just.
Let's see. Collateral 01 question: do you guys have recommendations for cam limits for highway cruising? 445 FE hydraulic roller. Highway cruising? I mean, honestly, the stock cam that was on that engine, don't know why. the stock cam that was in that engine is optimized for highway cruising. You know what I'm saying? That's like, you know, highway cruising, the 3,000 RPM range, thereabouts, right? So stick close to those specs. And RV cam, any cam, because all different manufacturers have different grinds and different profiles. Look under RV cams for listings for that'll fit your engine. Any of the manufacturers are going to have a whole wide selection of them, and that's the other thing too. When you're ordering a cam, when you're trying to spec a cam, every single aspect of the car, the whole car, has to be taken into consideration. So, you know, the weight, the gears, the transmission, the converter, the heads, the intake manifold, the head, all of these things have to be taken into consideration to properly spec a cam. So it's not the kind of thing you could just throw a quick question, like, hey, what cam will I? It doesn't work like that.
What do you know, how big, you know, how heavy is this car? You're putting a 445 in it for just freeway cruising. Freeway cruising, you need like 30 horsepower, you know? You know, really. So, yeah, it just depends what your other goals with the car are.
Right.
And, you know, like I said, how heavy it is and how it's spec'd out and stuff like that. So, it's a bigger thing. And then Quad Army, he's still asking about 3.9 Dakotas. Yeah, get with, if you see KJ Kiley here in the comments, I did a tune on his 3.9 and it made a big difference. So woke the 3.9 up and didn't have to change any parts. You know, he has his modified some with headers and such, but runs real good.
Two-wheel drive V6 Dakota weighs around 3,600 pounds. Is that right?
Seems two-wheel drive Dakota. That seems a little heavy, but
okay. Yeah, that sounds like a few hundred pounds, several hundred pounds heavy. Like if you had said 3,100 pounds, I'd be like, yeah, that sounds about right. Are you sure about 3,600? There's a site that I go to anytime I need to find specifications, weight, dry weight, shipping weight, wheelbase, blah, 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 available options. And now I can't think of the name of the site. It's the Standard Car Catalog. I believe it's called the Standard Car Catalog. I mean, you can find it online, and it lists like literally every vehicle made everywhere in the world and every spec on them. And I use that as quick reference when I need to find something like that out. Dean Stevenson, man is a walking, talking camshaft catalog. Stick 256 at Lash, hydraulic. Oh, so no, it's not at 50. That's the advertised duration. Don't go above the Cobra Jet 278 take 290 E cam if cruising. That's a wide range. The 300 and 246 has had a 268 intake and exhaust at Lash. Thank you, Dean.
Well, shift and fix. Let me see. Go home here. I gotta look something up here real quick.
What are we looking at here?
One of the people in the comments says he posted a video of the car on his channel. Didn't know he had a channel.
Okay.
See if I can find it real quick. Oh yeah, that's him.
Dean Stevens saying incidentally it all means nothing because it's a Ford. No Ford hate, man. We're not going to allow any Ford hate on this channel, Dean. Bill McKaiska, thank you for the super chat. When it comes to finding a cam for your particular application, how much is potentially gained or lost in end result by shopping around and calling multiple cam manufacturers and technicians? Not a whole lot. I don't. So the thing about cams is, or cam grinding, is that there's nothing new under the sun, and every possible grind, every possible combination, every possible load profile, everything has been tested and tested and tested and tested and refined 50 years ago. You see what I'm saying? So, but so shopping around from manufacturer to manufacturer isn't going to get you any. But finding a manufacturer that you want to work with and choosing a grind from their catalog, they're all going to offer different versions of the same thing, different names for the same basic cam. But there's only so many things you can do with a camshaft. So no, I don't. Maybe shop around for price. Maybe shop around for helpful. The cam manufacturer that offers the most helpful tech line is the one you really want to deal with.
Did you see a super chat from Bill?
Yeah, that was one I just answered.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, and thank you.
And then, yeah, I was on that Shift and Fix Garage with his questions about the nitrous on the TA. He does have a YouTube channel. I just went there and subscribed to it. So,
okay. Speaking of subscribing to YouTube channels,
yes, how about this?
You need to go over and subscribe to Dr. Art's Hot Rod Rehab. Raise your hand, Dr. Art, so they know who you are. There you go. That is Dr. Art, and his channel is called Dr. Art's Hot Rod Rehab. And unfortunately, his channel got nuked. He was just closing. He had just crossed 100,000 subs. Right? Is that right?
10,000, but okay, we could say 100 if you want. Makes you feel better.
It's just zeros, Dr. Art.
It's just zeros. It was one and a bunch of zeros, and it went back down to 0.
Right. He got nuked. So, yes, go over there and show some love and support for Dr. Art's Hot Rod Rehab, and let's get him built back up again.
Yeah, because that would be awfully nice. Because it was one of the many devastations of 2025.
Yes. It's been a tough year.
Yeah, this year can go suck it.
72Z28 says, sub to Dr. Art a while ago. Can I sub again?
Sure.
If you haven't subbed since he got nuked, then yes.
Yeah.
All of his subs got wiped. The whole channel got wiped out.
Yep. And then phone your mother and sister and brother and have them all sub too. That'd be nice.
World War Chip. I have no brand preferences. When I built my straight six Chevy, Howard's took the time to help me. Yes, that's super important. I would say that's number one, man.
You'd be surprised if you're not a complete douchebag and you call the cam company and you get a guy who's not wanting to go home. They'll help you.
Dean Stevenson is saying he's quite partial to French lifting cam, sort of like trebuchet. It can be a roller cam that lofts the valves above stock lift specs, using some Ford 5.0 overhead valve roller cams and raising. That was okay. So that was an Ed Iskandarian thing, right? The 5th cycle. Was that what it was? Is that what it was? No, it was 5-cycle cam, and it included valve flow. And the idea was, am I talking about the same thing, Dr. Art? Dean Stevenson? It was some profile that did just that. It launched the valve and then let the valve float back down. It wasn't 5-cycle. What was it now? It was, but the whole idea was controlled valve float. Power Tours wants to know, how is Kiwi? Dr. Art, how is Kiwi?
How's
our cute little foreigner doing these days?
He had the flu this week.
Oh my God.
The same thing everybody else had for the last few weeks and months around here. He got it, so he was down for a couple days.
Oh my God. I hope he pulls through.
Probably.
All right. Okay, there's a C6 question. What would cause a hard shift from first to second? 67 F-150, F-100 rather, 352 made it to a C6. What would cause a hard shift first to second in a C6? Assuming, does it have a shift kit in it? I don't know. What do you think, Dr. Art?
The only thing that I could think of, it's got a sticky valve, and he's got way too much pressure going into the 1-2 shift.
Is it a delayed shift? Is it shifting when it's supposed to? Like,
or is it just like bang? Yeah.
Yeah, or is it hanging out and then slamming in like that? Sweaty Fat Guy saying modulator. Yes.
Yeah.
Did he get rid of the Audi? Oh, that was his favorite thing, man. He loved that Audi.
Yeah, I still got it.
Let's see. Power Toys. I have a hard first to second shift from an 89 Firebird, 700R4. It hangs out and bangs. If it hangs out and bangs, the D10 cable. 89 Firebird, right? So that would have you got to.
Yeah, it's got the same D10 cable as the Turbo 350. So yeah.
Back off on the D10 cable a little bit. So you missed out on a good deal, Dr. Art.
I did miss out on a good deal.
Let me just answer this real quick. Silver Train, is the battery still holding up after your welder method for bringing the battery back to life? I did that video 4 years ago, bro. It hung around. It worked fine for, I don't know, let's say like 5 or 6 months that I had it. And then John Wilburn, from the No Name Nationals, John Wilburn, he was dropping something off at my shop or picking something up, I don't recall, and he needed a battery. So I said, here, take this one. So I gave him that battery, and the last I heard from it was maybe 6 months after that, or a few months after that. I asked him, I said, how's that battery holding up? He says, doing good. But then that's it. I've lost track of it since. That was a long time ago. That video really took off, though. That was. I'm not gonna tell you how much I made off that video, but it was one of the most profitable single videos I've ever done. It blows my mind sometimes when I go back and look at the analytics of that freaking video. So you missed out on a good deal, Dr. Art. Tell the people what you missed out on.
Yeah, I did. I was Saturday morning, getting up early because I just couldn't sleep. So I get up early and it's drinking coffee, thumbing through Marketplace, looking for something I don't really need. Up pops 71 El Camino, two-tone, intact, not rusty. Guy's like, $3,000, I need to get rid of it. So I immediately text him. I said, dude, I need this car. I'll cash in hand. Tell me where you're at. I'll come right now. Yeah, that's the one. That's the one, yeah. And didn't hear anything. Sent him another message. Yeah. Full interior, not shitty, not moldy, not. Yeah, it was ridiculous. He called me back. He goes, well, you're number 2. I got one guy coming out. If he doesn't take it, I'll take it. And I said, I'll sight unseen, I'll give you $3,500. Screw the first guy. And he said, no, I wouldn't do that. So, but then eventually the first guy came and got it. So I missed out on that, but I'd have been very happy with that. That would have been a high mark of 2025, not much a low mark as everything else has been. So if anybody's got a 7172 El Camino that they need to not see anymore, let me know.
Captain Planetary. Inspect accumulator for excess wear in the spacer plate where the check bowl seats. I still about the C6, I believe.
Bam.
Okay.
Sometimes that accumulator, there's a spring in there too. That spring will break.
Mexican Spec is saying, so Dr. Art, are you saying you don't want the one here?
No, I don't want to pay all the money for the one he has down in Tijuana and have to go get it. This was literally 20 minutes away. You know, and I'm like, I'll just come get it. I'll give you the money.
Torino Elite 1187. Have you guys seen any of these perpetual motion spring motors on YouTube? Real or fake? Any real usable power too good to be true?
They're all 100% fake.
Yes. Perpetual motion is impossible. There are always parasitic losses due to friction. No matter how slick you make something, no matter how slippery it is, no matter how tricked the design.
They're always, whatever they use, there's always some mysterious base that this little contraption is on for no reason.
Yeah. No, perpetual motion, there's always going to be parasitic loss. So some things may actually rotate for a really long time, but eventually they're perpetual. You know, perpetual means it's without end. So, but no, the perpetual motion is physically impossible in our realm.
And if it's just powering itself, it's useless if you hook anything to it, because then you have drag.
Bingo, exactly. Let's
and
say
then it becomes
creating something that's fun forever. What do you do with it?
Yeah, if you want to watch it, if you want a little desktop widget that spins forever, yay! But it's not good for anything besides entertainment, you know, at the best. But no, they're all fake.
Well, Power Toys. Are TBI motors worth messing with? Yes. Are the blocks the same as carb? Yes.
Yes.
And they often have better cylinder heads.
Mm-hmm.
The Vortec Chevy is a perfect example. Well, no, that's not a TBI. That's tuned port.
Yeah.
Yes, but yes, TBI motors change the intake manifold, and you've got War Ghost. Hey Tony, talk about the benefits of putting a 3D3 crank on a 400-mile streetcar. I've seen a discussion about it. It doesn't seem worth it unless you already have one. Why? It's the same stroke. It's the same exact everything. Where the cast 400 crank is slightly lighter, it's like 3 pounds lighter. Why would anybody do that? Stick with the cast crank. If you're not making more than 600 detonation-prone horsepower, the cast Chrysler crank is way beyond capable.
Go 2 down from that.
Just War Ghost, just for reference, and anybody else who pays attention to stuff like this. If I'm building a street engine for myself, so now don't confuse a race car with a street car, right? If I'm building a street car for myself and I have a forged crank to put in it, I'll usually sell the forged crank and then put a cast one in. All of my street car, everything that I have that has that gets driven on the street has weights on the converter, right? Because I just prefer using the lighter, simpler, more common, dirt cheap cast crank. And I sell the forged crank to these people who just have to have, I gotta have a forged crank. Well, here you go. Give me $400.
Here you go. Give me your money. Yeah.
I'll use this one that I bought for $25 at the swap meet. Yeah, no problem.
There was a question 2 under there from KJ Kylie.
KJ Kylie. I'm looking for KJ. There he is.
2 under the one you're just on. Yeah, there you go.
Is a 6 AN hose enough for engine oil cooler on a light truck? And that's number 6 is a 3/8 inside.
3/8.
Boy,
Yeah, that's your Haas is no.
For a transmission cooler, yeah. For an engine cooler, oil cooler, it's no, I wouldn't. No. Use an 8. Use an 8.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking. The same thing.
Let's see. They're talking about the 3.9 and 3.18 swaps and blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Send Rambo in. Yes. I know. I'm lost reading the comments over here. It's like,
yeah,
I must have missed something. Stevenson, why sell a forged crank when it's not real? I'm just scrolling back.
Things are getting weird in the chat.
Buddy Corfano, what was your best video? Uncle Tony quits smoking, I think was our best.
Wasn't the chicken burnout? It was Uncle Tony.
The chicken burnout was okay, and the 101st video extravaganza was pretty damn good too. Yeah, either the 101st video extravaganza or Uncle Tony quit smoking. I like both of those. Not the VIN inspection on the red duster. Well, that's the one that got the most views. But I mean, he asked me. I don't know. Like, he's asking me what I think is our best video or what is the best. The best, yeah. The that one got like 5.7 million views or some shit like that. I made nothing off of it. It'd be nothing, like ridiculous. Did Unity Garage get hacked? Oh, I don't know.
No, Andy was talking about Tom over at Drag Boss, him getting hacked. I don't think Andy's been hacked. Not that I know of. He just had a video out the other day.
I saw a video he did on. He did one on different engines in drag racing. You know, in Top Fuel Fight Club besides the Hemi. Let me see here.
If he's selling Bitcoin at 2 a.m, yeah, then he did get hacked.
Let's see. He hasn't messaged me. I'm sure that if he had a crisis.
Yeah, he knows I got hacked too, so he'd be calling me. Hey, what'd you do?
Unity Motorsports Garage. No, he's good.
Yeah,
he's good. Okay. Ego Death Please. How many Scotch locks are daisy chained together in your old car harnesses? I have a harness. It's nothing but Scotch locks. I figure it's just a new innovative way to make wiring harnesses. You know, the older was stranded copper and no. So what I do is I just actually form wire harnesses out of Scotch locks. You know, it can get a little cumbersome. I got to tell you, I did a dash harness. It was this big around. You know, you get like 60 wires, 70 wires, and they're all made up of nothing but Scotch locks. Yes, and it cost me a lot. That harness was almost $75,000. But you know, sometimes you gotta give for your art. You know what I mean? So yes, Scotch locks. 71Z28 is checking out. Good night, brother man. Thanks for coming.
See you.
Oops, I didn't need to hide that.
Oh.
King's Rule 2555. So I am going from a single to a double master cylinder. Do I eliminate the splitter block and just plumb off the proportioning valve? Yes, you do not. You no longer need a splitter, but you do need a proportioning valve. So yes, get rid of the splitter and put a proportioning valve in. And depending on the rest of your braking system, right? I would consider an adjustable proportioning valve.
For the rear, yeah, just to make sure the rear doesn't lock up first.
Yeah, what are your thoughts on that, Dr. R? Because it's not Kingsville. I don't mean to be like one of those dicks that are like has to make everything more complicated than it needs to be. If you know me, I'm the exact opposite. I try to make things more simple than they need to be. But having the right proportion to the brakes is a big deal. Too much pressure to the back locks them up, and
then basically you don't stop because you want the fronts to do all the work.
Yeah. So yeah, I would say if it's within your range, I would stick an adjustable proportioning valve in there.
Yeah.
In that case, you would keep your splitter, right? So the way, so from the factory, a drum brake car is going to have a splitter. A disc brake car is going to have a proportioning valve. Oh, wait a minute. You're going from a single to a double master. I'm sorry, King's Rule. I answered your question wrong altogether. Yes, just plumb it off the proportioning valve. Yeah,
yeah, get it.
Yeah, going from a single to a double isn't going to make any difference as far as distribution goes. So yes, plumb it off a proportioning valve. Let's see.
How about what Zonda 2B? Third from the bottom, yeah.
UTG and Dr. Art, I've mentioned this once, but my 1974 Duster 198 Auto has a factory manual front disc and 10-inch drum back. I get early lock up the rear. Should I install an aftermarket proportioning valve? Yes. Yes. But then again, there might be reasons why you're getting lock up on the rear. Are the okay?
Yeah, start at the basics. Is what? Yeah, why are the rears locking up? Are the fronts not getting fluid? Are the front hoses foobarred and swelled up and everything else?
Right.
How are they operating? Or are the fronts operating at all?
Yeah, and I do remember those systems. They did lock up the back brakes. That was a common thing. But you could put an aftermarket or an adjustable proportioning valve. So the adjustable proportioning valve goes in line. You would use the stock proportioning valve, leave that in place, and then add the adjustable proportioning valve further back in the line. And then you could actually tune how much fluid actually gets to the rear. Mexican spec on that topic, Tony. For a '63 Plymouth Savoy, what proportioning valve should I use from what other car? What brakes do you have in it?
Yeah, 63 is going to be single pot Savoy, so it's probably four-wheel drum. Yeah.
Yeah, but it could still, if it, well, they would. I don't think there was a disc option on those cars.
Mm.
What's the makeup of the rest of the braking system on it?
It says he has four-wheel drum, no power. I want to put a dual pot in there.
Um, any that's going to have 10-inch drums. So and the size and weight to that is really very similar to a 67 and up A body. So like your easiest find for that would be and compatible would be a 4-wheel drum V8 A body from 67 through 67 or 72. I think those parts would be most compatible with all of the dimensions and the weight distribution and whatnot, and the size of the brakes of what you've got on a 63 Savoy. Eco Death, please. Do you think they're going to convict Whistling Diesel for his Montana registration? I don't know. That's such a goofy thing, man. They're trying to make an example of him, obviously. I don't know.
That's what I think. I mean, how many, if you've spent any time driving around this country, all the real nice motorhomes, they all got Montana plates on them. There's more there's more RVs in Montana than people.
Yeah, there's a thing in Montana where they set up LLCs, and people loot and they register their stuff.
Skirt the sales tax. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
I mean, worst case, you'd just have to pay Tennessee sales tax on that Ferrari and a fine. Yeah. To avoid, because any type of tax evasion is a felony, even if it's $1.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Quad Army, why don't people ever mess with the poly motor like an old Carnet? People always swap them to LA or Magnum as a poly engine crap. No, the poly engine is good, but their speed parts for them are tough to come by, and they don't fit. Like you can't get them in an A body. They don't fit in an A body very well, at least. It's easier to put a big block on an A body than a poly motor. Exhaust system is going to cost you $1,000, $1,500 for a set of headers. Intake manifolds are a gift from God. You're going to pay $800,000 for a simple single 4-barrel intake manifold.
For a poly, yeah.
They're just not common, and so people don't mess with them.
And it's so easy to swap into LA because all bolts up, just so much simpler.
King's Rule. Thanks, guys. I have another. I ordered 25 foot of the copper nickel 1/4 inch brake line. What can look like copper water line. So I got 25 foot 1/4 inch in steel. How can you tell a copper from a copper nickel? I'm not a metallurgist, man. Any idea, Doctor?
Copper nickel is going to be harder.
Yeah, but how can you tell?
You want to make a brake line out of, but it's just straight copper. Just turn it into pennies and leave it alone. You don't want to make brakes out of that.
Yeah, I don't know how you would tell. There's
probably some kind of acid test or something, but yeah, if when in doubt, don't even mess with it.
The only drawback to steel is over time, like over a long time. If you don't flush the brake fluid, moisture is going to accumulate in there, and the line will start to rust on the inside. But that's over the long haul, and that's assuming you're never going to flush the brake fluid or anything like that. So I wouldn't worry about it. But I would definitely not use, if in doubt, I would definitely not use copper brake line. Copper nickel is there so that you get the combined strength of the two metals gives you similar to steel, and it's rust resistant. It's not going to rust. So, okay, and here, Sweaty Fat Guy. Copper nickel is usually painted OD green on the OD. OD green on the green on the outside diameter. And copper is usually copper colored.
Mm-hmm.
Billy, supposedly to be don't use copper, but supposedly copper works. It's a Midwest thing. Copper will absolutely hold the pressure. Copper is, you can absolutely 100% plumb a brake system with copper. The problem with it is that copper work hardens quickly. So anything that move, any movement, any slight movements in the chassis, in the any place that copper can move, it will eventually work harden and crack. And that's why copper isn't used for brake lines. Let's see. World of wood chip. I have had copper line fatigue and crack on me. Yes.
Yeah. It's a shame because it's so much easier to bend and everything else than the steel lines.
Solara Arrow 7. Is it possible to adjust valve lash on a running engine, 350 TBI? Absolutely, providing it's hydraulic. You can't set the lash on a solid lifter Chevy with the engine running. You absolutely can set it with, and I always do, with the engine running on a hydraulic cam. So what you do with that, when you say, okay, are you setting lash or are you setting preload? Because like if you're talking about setting lash, no. If you're talking about setting preload, yes. And the way you would do that is before you start the engine, bring all of the adjustment nuts right to where there's no movement on the push rod. So you get the 5/8 nut and that's in the middle of the rocker, right? So tighten it, and keep moving the push rod until you have no movement at the push rod. After you've done the whole engine, rotate the engine one complete revolution, okay? 360 degrees of crankshaft rotation, and then do that again, and you'll find the ones that you missed. So now you're all even. They all have like zero lash to them. No lash, no preload, zero. Now you start the motor, okay? And you listen, you loosen each rocker until you hear tick, 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 tick from that rocker. Then you tighten it slowly until the tick goes away. And then you go between another quarter and half turn beyond that. And that's setting the correct preload with the engine running. Did I answer that question correctly?
Yes, that's how you do it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Smokey used 2-inch brake lines. That's big.
Yeah.
Frank Schobert, the copper nickel is much easier to work with to do bends without needing the special benders. Also easier to flare. Up in the Rust Belt, copper nickel gets used a lot to repair a rusted line. Some people use stainless. They go over the top with high-end cars and stuff like that. They'll use stainless.
Well, usually, if by the time your brake lines rust on a up north car, there's not much left of the car. So the investment in stainless is mute.
They can polish it out and it looks beautiful.
Yeah.
Scoop is saying I don't smoke. I don't.
No.
Oh, KJ Kylie is saying that was a bad joke. Okay. It's been a long day, man. My head is jammed. Yeah. Okay. Smokey didn't use 2-inch brake line. Did Wilma ever drive that car? I don't know.
No, she was a housewife.
She had little feet.
Yeah, she would never be able to stop the thing. Yeah,
little freaking tiny feet. Yeah, no, she couldn't drive that car. Let's see. Smokey had 2-inch fuel lines.
Yeah, not brake lines, fuel lines.
I don't know if they were 2-inch, but I know that at one point he snaked like a bunch of 1-inch tubing, 1-inch hose through the whole car. And he kind of
through the roll bar and everything. Yeah.
Let's see. I'm just rolling back through.
Yeah, they're talking about copper. They should be talking about the price of silver. So
I bought a bunch of copper.
Did you buy copper?
Oh, bro, I can't even lift it. It's ridiculous.
Oh, you bought physical tonnage of copper?
I bought physical copper. Well, they talk about the debasement trade. Everybody, and it's true. That's what it is. It's a debasement of the U.S. dollar is why we're going up. So just by using just deductive reasoning, debasement is going to affect every commodity. So
right,
go with copper. So
I wonder if they'll fire up all these, derelict copper mines in Tennessee.
Do we have copper mines here?
Oh yeah, down towards the outside of Chattanooga and them hills back up in there between there and Knoxville.
Really, I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, tons of copper mines.
King's rule is saying it's too late to buy silver or gold. I think. No.
It's just going to hurt a little more, but you'll get your money out of it.
It'll hurt more, yes. But at this point, I'm looking for stuff that's way undervalued. I'm going. Believe it or not, gold and silver are both way undervalued, even at the crazy prices, seemingly crazy prices that there are right now. But I'm looking for this. I'm looking for the real sleepers now. I'm looking to speculate on like, oh, nobody even thought of that. That's where I'm at these days. So yeah, so I've been buying copper. Please, it's beautiful. It's really beautiful metal. When you buy them in coin or bar form.
Yeah.
Stevens Quill is a physical copper buyer. Yes. Ego Death, please. Have you ever considered trying to weld two short and small block Chrysler heads together to put on a Slant 6? The bore spacing is way off. I forget what the bore spacing is on a Slant 6. What the bore spacing is, but the bore is it's a 3.4-inch bore. You'd have to section. No, the combustion chambers would just overlap on a small block Mopar. The combustion chamber is the widest part of the combustion chamber is 4-inch plus 40. So no, on the closest cylinders on a Slant 6, the combustion chamber would actually overlap into the next cylinder. It wouldn't work.
Right, the chambers are too small. You never get the valves to open.
Yeah, the valves would just crash into the deck.
Into the sides of the cylinder, yeah.
Power Toys. When and why will housing prices drop? I've been waiting to buy my first house for a year now. Wait another two. And just keep stacking commodities, and you will be flat out blown away by the deals you're going to get coming up soon, actually, and evolving right now. And actually, you want to look at tax liens and stuff like that. You want to look at tax liens and foreclosures, but you will be amazed at the deals that you're going to get in some areas. And then, of course, there are some areas where you're not going to want to move to.
Right.
We're a society in flux at the moment. So your best bet is to just sit still and stack as many commodities as you can.
Yeah, if you don't have a house, yeah, don't do it now. Interest is too high and the prices are too high. They're overinflated.
This is not financial advice.
No, this is just gibberish from two old guys on television.
I'll tell you what. Okay, so now, because people are interested in this, and it's worth to throw a speculation out. Okay, when a bubble pops, any bubble, financial bubble, the prices revert to where they were when the bubble began. Okay, so the bubble in real estate kicked off in 1971, 1972. So, well, in earnest, really, 1980. You have to go to 1980 really to find the beginning of the current real estate bubble that we're in. So, I'm not saying that this is exactly what's going to happen, but history proves that when a bubble pops, prices revert to the pre-bubble level. So, when this bubble pops, if history holds true, housing prices are going back to 1980. Now you say, well, that's great. I'll be able to go buy any house I want for like $40,000. Yeah, but the world, the rest of the economic world that's going to match that is going to make that $40,000 seem like a lot. So just sit tight and watch it happen. Hang on here. Who's saying this? King's rule? The money's in oil and gas? No, you've got a contracting economy.
He says my money is in oil and gas.
Oh, your money is in oil and gas. Oh, I'm sorry. All right. I mean, I wouldn't have it there, but that's just me. That's just me. There's a thing called demand destruction. And as the economy contracts, there's less people buying less things that are based on petroleum and whatnot, and there's less people driving, and there's less demand. There's all the demand disappears, so that's demand destruction in terms of price. I would not be in oil and gas. Jake's Garage. I'm sorry. I hope you got my email. I sent him the wiring for your Rand's headlights. Yes, Kathy sent it. I did look at it. Thank you. Thank you very much. Let's see.
There's a good one. Yeah, that one right there.
This one, Franz Schubert?
Yeah.
If you had to pick an engine to run nitro other than the Hemi and its kin, what would you think would survive the chaos? It would be a big block Chevy. And I was actually working with somebody who was putting together, at the time that he died, was putting together a Chevy, a nostalgic Hot Wheel car. And I know the shortcomings of the Chevy on fuel. Like, I know why they have a difficult time, and so I know that I could work around that. So yeah, it would definitely be a big block Chevy.
And right up at the top there, time capsule Clips 530.
So a 1968 Galaxy 500 on Facebook Marketplace. What do you think? A Galaxy would make a good second car? Yes.
Yes.
I see a lot of them around here. Is it just me? But I see mid 60s, late 60s Galaxies everywhere here.
They're everywhere. I flipped, half a dozen of them over, before everything got crazy. And my first car was a 68 Galaxy convertible, so I would say yes to the Galaxy at any time.
There's a white 67 I keep seeing parked in the Kohl's parking lot, about a mile from my house.
Mm-hmm.
I've been passing it like every day coming home from work. Coming home from the shop, and it's just sitting there in the parking lot. Beautiful car.
Oh yeah. They're wonderful to drive. They ride nice. Parts are everywhere. So yes.
And they're not overcomplicated. You're not dealing like Lincoln or Mercury level of insanity.
Right. You don't have all the vacuum lines and switches and things. Yeah.
Yeah, the Galaxy is a nice car. I would go with that. Let's see. Mexican Spec is saying 1967 was the last year for glass reverse lights on the Galaxies. Galaxy trivia for the win. Thank you, Mexican Spec. Wow, Dr. Art. Look at what time it is.
It's almost time to, well, I'd say go home, but we're already in our perspective.
Yes.
Yeah.
And of course, as Zero points out, Mopar Pay Buddies forever. Yes, we all agree. It's definitely Zero. At the end of the day, when the lights go out, the last running vehicle is going to be an A Buddy Mopar. You know that.
Somebody's going to come putting by in a duster, spewing out smoke out the back, but it's still going.
Rope is saying it's about time for people to be pushing the like button. You mean
it is.
Everybody who came through didn't already push the like button?
That's a hard sell for me, but we purposely don't look at the likes anymore because it's all part of the 2025 bleh.
How can anybody be so cold and just heartless to not leave a like on how? I don't think that's possible, Dr. Art.
No, and we're both very likable human beings.
Yes.
So I don't know.
I can't even tell how many we have.
No. Did you get the I got the joy of paying this week.
I haven't seen that yet.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure you got it in the mail for the city and the county.
Try to ignore as much as possible for as long as possible.
Yeah. More fun.
Howard Joyce, UTG, you still doing the podcast? Where's that idea thrown out? I want to. My problem is, some people can talk all day, right? They can just go and go and go and go. I can't. I'm actually very quiet. Like, I go like this when I'm talking on a camera, and then the rest of the time I'm just like, so it's work for me. It's not. It doesn't come naturally. Some people have to get going, and I can't. And then the idea of trying to come up with content for both the podcast and the videos, it's beyond me. So if I had somebody who wanted to actually, orchestrate the thing, come up with the topics to talk about, and so on and so forth, and do that end of it, yeah, I'm all about it, right? But I can't do both. I'm at my wit's end trying to keep this channel going. I burned out like 3 years ago. I'm running on sheer will and momentum at this point.
Fumes and cigarettes, yeah. You can consider this our podcast every Wednesday night.
Yeah.
And then, then you're good.
Yeah, our friends saying with the audio from this park is a podcast. They're up, but people don't really know.
They're up. You should have Kathy Bananas put us on Spotify.
And Fubar put up a link to my merch. Thank you, Fubar. So
how are the new shirts? How are the new shirts selling?
They're not. They sold one. That's it. We tried it.
Sounds like my merch. Yeah.
That's it. Down the toilet. So, but we have other ones that do sell. So and you can find them all at UncleTony'sGarage.com. And yes, thank you, Fubar, and thank you for anybody who buys any of my crap. It's awesome. Let's see. Tony is a Johnny Carson of YouTube. Why do you say that? Oh yeah, he was a recluse, wasn't he? Yeah, I'm a recluse. 507 Jaybird. What percent nitro for a Cacklefest car? I wear pants, and when I have to pee, I stand in front of the toilet, which means that I have no idea what to do with a Cacklefest. It's beyond me. I have no idea. I actually have testosterone in my system. It's crazy things like that, and so I because of these things, I have no idea what they do with a freaking Cacklefest.
Yeah, because those Cacklefest people use that alcohol stuff. Ah.
Who the hell knows what they do? Let's stand around and watch it run. Okay.
Yay! Rev it up. Boom, boom. Okay,
Right.
put it away.
Boom.
Boom.
Rocco saying Carson was only on when the camera was. Yeah, I'm mostly in my own friggin' head. I joke around a lot, like around the house. I'm always an asshole around the house, but I try to avoid anything serious. You know what I mean? I'm telling you, when drag racing, what's better, boxers or briefs? Depends what you're racing. I mean,
Yeah.
Commando is the way to go for weight, you know?
Well, time capsules a good idea. See, Tony, whether you ever get a "See You Tomorrow" on a T-shirt.
Too generic.
Yeah.
Power Stories. Ever watch Pole Barn Garage? Great channel. You and him are the go-tos. They came out of nowhere. They're doing really good for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
They were part of that whole Non-Am Nationals thing. It's like 4 years ago or so. And I remember when they were trying to get like their first like 500 subs and all. And then they did that.
It's the Holy Goat.
The Holy Goat, the GTO,
and they went nuts.
That launched them. God bless them. They did really good for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
They came out of that thing, and so did Jamie. Dead Dodge Garage.
Yeah.
Which only goes to show you, you throw it out there, you give it a chance. And there are two channels that very successfully. These guys are making good money for themselves because they gave it a shot. All right. So I think
that's enough. That's enough.
I think it's too much.
Too much. 3 minutes of too much.
Yes, I have to go be broody and self-introspective and whatnot now, or maybe just get some more orange juice and pet my dogs. All right. So, Dr. Art, what do you need to promote?
Cheese.
That?
Just cheese.
Cheese. Yes. Dr. Art's Hot Rod Rehab. He does a live every Monday night at 7 o'clock. So go over there and give him a sub and go check him out. Check him out. Not that way, okay? But go check him out on Monday nights. We got a super chat here. Nathan Berger. Thank you for the super chat, guys. I really appreciate you both taking the time on here. We appreciate you being here.
Yeah.
Look forward to Wednesday Night Tech Talk. Great content from both of you. Cheers. Thank you, Nathan. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
And Quad Army, sub to you. Yes, you guys.
Yes.
All right.
Yes. So, it's very important. Very important. I need, another 9,300 subs, and I'll be back to where I was.
So, on that note, I need to thank our incredible mods who were with us through thick and thin. Mexican Spec, Fubar, Zero. Guys, thank you as always. You're awesome. Everybody contributed Super Chat. Thank you so much. It's never expected, but always appreciated. And everybody contributed with your presence and conversation. Thank you equally. And that's it, right, Dr. Art?
Yeah, otherwise we'd be at your house talking to a dog for 2 hours, and this is much better.
How's Misty doing? All right?
Yeah, she's fine.
Okay. I need another puppy.
You need another one?
Molly turned a year old yesterday, and now I feel I need another.
Oh, so now she's not a puppy anymore. So now you need another puppy to chew at your hands and feet. And
I miss the chaos. I miss the border collie puppy chaos. Once they calm down, it's like they never really do calm down completely, but there's a certain level of insanity that comes with.
They start biting less. Yeah, yeah.
All right, guys. So that's it. We're out of here. And I'm going to hit the end stream button. Yes, there it is.
End it, kill it. Yes, we're done.
Farewell, all. Don't get killed out there.